Hi, I'm Dave. This is Dave Splains. I sprained my wrist, and we're going to talk about Power BI. Now, the whole thing is that I am currently working on a project that's like working with crime data in where I live, Milwaukee. Now, the great thing is that this data is public data. Anybody can do it. And I've been asked to kind of give an idea of what I'm doing with Power BI so that other people can follow along. What this means is that I've been asked to actually make these videos. So I'm making these videos. I'm going to put them on my channel so that my team can follow along. And on top of that, I'm going to take everybody else with me. So uh, now would be a good time to hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're going to keep on putting out videos, as many as I can get done all week during spring break. Anybody want to? Yeah, right now? Okay. Hi, I'm Dave. This is Dave Splains, and this is actually quite literally Dave Splains. All right, so we're going to go into what to do when you want to start doing Power BI. Now, that's recording. You can come here, and if you end up here with the powerbi.microsoft.com/English US, downloads. Don't click the download option because that's just going to go to the Microsoft Store, and not everybody wants to go to the Microsoft Store. If you have no problem going to the Microsoft Store, by all means, click download. If you do not want to go to the Microsoft Store, simply click the advanced download, and you can you can also just copy this as well. Download /details.aspx and select your language. There are many to choose from, and hit download. Choose which one you want to get. This is 64. Most computer systems are 64. But if you have a 32 system, here's for you. Select it, hit next, and you'll get a menu on where you might want to store that. And then you have a good permanent copy of Power BI. If you don't mind going through the Microsoft Store, everything's a lot easier. It'll open up the Microsoft Store, erase the previous version of Power BI, and install the new version, which is how Power BI is updated. But we're not here for any of that. We're going to go and open it up. Never mind the Crowder report. That is a completely different report. You know what? This is the crime data that we can open that I've already been working on, but we're going to start up with a new one. Now you'll notice I hit get data. There's an option to sign in. I didn't take it. You don't need to sign in order to use this. So first off, let's take a look at our data, shall we? Here is the crime data historical. That means that this goes up to 2015. This is a daily current year to date. That means that this is from January to today. January 1st to today. This is the fire incident detail, blah, 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 blah. This might actually be, because I do know for a fact that there is arson involved in the crime. So fire incident detail might actually be something important. We also have traffic accident data. That would be interesting. So we have a choice between CSV, JSON, and XML. CSV, JSON, and XML. We don't really want XML, in my opinion. It's a little too slow. CSV is good, but CSV is when you want to work on something from a mobile standpoint, like you just want data to be able to run through. And you can keep downloading the CSV and try to pump it in, or you can grab the JSON. So we have down here, we can grab the JSON, but I want to explore it a little bit more. Okay, so here's is the JSON that you can read. JSON's great, it's human readable. You can read all of this stuff. It's very, very simple. Or we can just take this URL here and copy it. And then we'll go into what is going on with this. How many of these did I open? Anyway, you would think, let's get JSON. Makes sense, right? Because what have you? No. The problem with just getting JSON is that it acts like a CSV file. They want you to download it. That's great and everything, whatever, but we want the web. So we want to put in the URL. We'll paste it in there. We'll click OK. Now it's going to open up and it's going to say, oh, do you want this one? You want to go all the way down to the bottom because that's usually where they decide to split things off so much, and each layer is a different step further in the URL. So we want to go with as much of the URL as possible. We are connected to the internet. Now, we just happen to have, sorry, pardon me, this goes down. We just happen to have two Power BIs open. So let's, once again, do you want to get started? Do you want to sign in? Do you want to do all this stuff? Do you want to get a Power BI license? You don't need to. All right, so that goes right on into the next video, which is going to be put out tomorrow, or at least that's what it's scheduled to be currently. From here, we're going to talk about JSON versus OData and getting the two, and then also on, I think tomorrow we're also going to be doing an appending of the two to make one file, one data table, and then on Wednesday we're going to talk about changing the data type on a column and also putting together, merging columns together to form one gigantic thing, because we're going to work with ArcGIS, and ArcGIS needs a really good location. And what we find out is that our data has a street address and a zip code and nothing about city or state. So we're going to actually build new columns with the city and state, and on top of that we're going to reduce the amount of addresses that continuously pop up across the United States, because one address might become, what might work in one city and 5 other cities. So stay tuned, because that's what we're going to be doing. That's what's coming out on Wednesday. Hit the notification bell. Hit it now. Hit it!